Colorism is a discrimination within one's culture, and it's in all cultures, and it's really swept under the rug a lot. But colorism is running rampant within the Black community, and it needs to be defined. So colorism is one big DRO, a dialectical reversal of otherness. A dialectical reversal of otherness is including something while excluding something at the same time. How can we break this down into similar terms? Well, Homi Bhabha helped with his ideologies. Now, he was a post-colonial thinker. He created a contemporary post-colonial discourse, literally giving us the definition of a dialectical reversal of otherness, breaking it down into 4 ideologies: ambivalence, stereotype versus fetish, mockery versus mimicry, and also diversity versus difference. And within these 4 ideologies, you will see how colorism is one huge DRO. The first is ambivalence. Ambivalence is basically an attraction to something, but also a repulsion to something. So, in colorism, darker skinned women are, well, repulsed, which baffles me. It's why I'm having a hard time saying it. Darker skinned women are repulsed in a colorist's eyes. Oh, and a colorist is someone who basically is spewing colorism, practicing discrimination against their own race. So, a colorist would see a darker skinned person as being someone that has kinky hair, or that they're too dark, so their child will end up too dark, that they are not as beautiful as lighter skinned Black women. That lighter skinned Black women are something that is to be desired and something that is to be a trophy. It really causes a lot of damage and psychological effects on little Black girls. The perception of beauty is an ambivalence. The perceptions of beauty is that lighter skin is more beautiful than if you had darker skin. And I, for one, disagree. This ambivalence, this ideology of praising lighter skin over darker skin has developed a fixity onto light-skinned women, an unhealthy fixity, if I also might add. It creates a stereotype, not only against dark-skinned women, but also light-skinned women. Again, there was a repulsion against dark-skinned women. There are stereotypes of them being darker skin, so their child will come out looking darker or dirty, or that since they have coarser hair or kinkier hair than the lighter skinned woman, that their child's hair will come out looking not like good hair, whatever that means. That creates a stereotype versus a fetish. Over the years, darker skinned people and lighter skinned people have fixated on each other, creating a dark skin versus light skin. Darker skinned people can see lighter skinned people to be more privileged because their skin is lighter. The colonizer began this dark skin versus light skin in the very beginning. Started basically in the slave owner's home, in their master's home. They would rape slaves and take their children and put them in the homes, telling the slaves in the field that they're better off working in here because we can tolerate them more than we can tolerate you. It caused a generational fixation of pain and psychological damage on both parts of the spectrum. We have now in the media a lot of light skin and lighter, not Black skin women in the media portraying a lot of Black women features, and it's light skinned Black women features. In the Black community, we use a term called red bone. A red bone is a light skinned Black woman. She has a skinny waist, she has a big butt, and she's basically this epitome of standard in the Black community of beautiful, or like a Coke bottle. And we see Kim Kardashian, created herself to look this way. Kylie Jenner created herself to look this way. Cardi B created herself to look this way. We don't see a lot of dark-skinned women being portrayed as beautiful or dominant, or if they do, they're too dominant or they're too sexualized. And it's literally telling brown and darker skinned girls that all you're good for is sex, and that lighter skin, all that's good for is everything that's desired. It's what everybody wants. This is seen as cultural appropriation, or Baba will actually call this to be inappropriate. And I agree with Baba. It's more so inappropriate than cultural appropriation. There's both sides of the spectrum. When we have these women mimicking and mocking lighter skinned black women and blindly participating in a colonial discourse of ambivalence and perceptions of beauty, while mimicking and mocking the light-skinned black woman, we look at brown skin or darker skinned women in the media who are trying to develop more European features. They literally will bleach their skin. Even one of my subjects told me that because her mom and her cousins were of a lighter shade than her, that she thought if she bleached her skin, it would also make her more beautiful too. This is something that our little girls see, and little boys see it too. It's a huge DRO. This all falls down at the end of the day to diversity versus difference. And that's difference with an A, not difference with an E. Derrida made it very, very clear when he created the new word of difference. The A is a projection of otherness. Your identity, who you are as a person, will never be fixed because yourself is always growing. Because yourself is always growing, you cannot expect for only you, or someone cannot expect for only you to be an example for that culture. The terms diversity, multiculturalism, these are terms that we think include everyone, but it actually excludes everyone. When we're saying diversity, we're basically saying that this community over here, yeah, they're over here, they're this group. They are not us, but they're this culture, this specific race. They told different cultures that it's a celebration to be different with an E, to celebrate diversity, and to celebrate multiculturalism. But in reality, it made cultures within themselves just contrast against themselves. Just look at themselves, and instead of embracing and accepting their difference with an A, their own personal identities, their own self-representations, instead of that, they criticize it, they judge it. Colorism happened. So I really hope you enjoy me breaking down the dialectical reversal of otherness and colorism. You want to celebrate difference with an A. You want to celebrate people within your own cultures, whether you be black or whether you be Chinese, whether you be Latina. You want people within your own culture to accept you for who you are. Doesn't matter what shade you are. You want people to respect and to love and to cherish and not to criticize your own personal self-representation.